each individual thing has to be as interesting as a person playing on their own.
Yeah, you have some featuring artists on the album, for example, Jamie Lidell. How do you approach those artists, or do they come to you, or how can we see that dynamic?
We actually met Jamie Lidell at Puckle Pop, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
The Belgian festival.
Yeah.
He was
could have been Noland.
doing Super Collider.
Yeah.
And actually, Christian Vogel had a synthy.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Which
I think apparently he stole from a college.
Yeah. Good
Anyway.
steal, that.
Yeah, great steal.
But we've been chasing Jamie for ages. We wanted him on the last Simian record, but he just wouldn't return our calls, which is rude. With this one, we had a track that we kind of had Jamie in mind for. It was kind of like quite atonal and electronic, and we thought that given his Super Collider background and the stuff he'd done with Warp, he'd get that. So we sent it to him, and he was really interested in it and came up with some stuff beforehand, but a lot of it was written in the studio. He came in and just improvised lots of vocals. Yeah, it was amazing having him in the studio, because obviously we've been a fan of his work in the past, and yeah, he's a talented dude.
Yeah, there are some other artists as well. I saw a name, but it was Chris Keating. I saw he was a football player, or was that a mistake?
News to us.
Okay.
We only really know him from his band Yesayer that we played with a few times in America, and he, we really chose a lot of the people. The tracks in a way chose the people on the album, because it was like, what kind of person would work on this tune and what kind of person would work on that tune. And I suppose it was mainly people we'd met and seen around, and Chris was one of them that we thought would work on this kind of, I suppose, quite spacey disco thing we had at that point in time. And he came back with this strange poppy, he called it like a creepy NSYNC vibe, which we were quite surprised by and really liked, and we tailored the track around his vocal.
Okay, yeah. First you have you have some kind of song, then you get the vocals by it, and then the whole process of mixing and making everything perfect starts. But when you're are both in the studio, what kind of dynamics is there between you? Is it like maybe you do everything, or is it something?
Yeah, basically I do everything.
Or maybe you
just makes the tea.
Sometimes James gets really thirsty, and yeah, I'll kind of say, "Are you thirsty now? How about now? Are
Not
you
yet. No.
Now
I'm working.
Hang on. How about now? Are you thirsty now? And then I'll make some tea. That's kind of how it works.
Okay.
We both do sort of everything. It's not like one of us is a DJ, one of us is a musician, one of us is we're both producers and musicians or whatever. It just, with two people, it just means that one can be really zoomed in on the detail of, making a melody or a sound or a part or whatever, and the other one can be zoomed out thinking, is this the right direction? Is this is this good or is this bad? And then we'll swap over. So it's more of a tag team mentality than a
back to sport. You see.
Back to sport.
Yeah.
Sport.
Yeah. So it's a changing process. Then you do this. Then you do that. Okay.
And I think it's almost just having someone whose opinion you value. We've sort of been friends and worked together for like over 10 years, so we have similar music tastes, and we don't have to explain a lot of things to each other. It's kind of, we kind of know roughly what is going on.